everybody, Tate Davis here with another album battle for you. This one's a pretty close one here. So, in one corner, from 1977, from California, Little Feat, Time Loves a Hero. That great Neon Park album cover there. And then the other corner, Sting, The Dream of the Blue Turtles. Alright, let's talk about Little Feat first. So this came out in 1977. Again, this awesome album cover by Neon Park. Neon Park actually designed a lot of the album covers for Little Feat around this time. This is probably their most well-known album. Little Feat were never really that successful on the pop charts during the time, and but they were always kind of like a cult band, you know. The Waiting for Columbus live album would come out shortly after this, about a year later. So in the band we have, let's see if I can get a lineup for you. I cannot get a lineup for you for whatever reason, but I'll tell you as best as I can remember. Lowell George on guitars and lead vocals, Paul Barrere on guitars. I think Kenny Gradney was playing bass. Sam Clayton was playing Sam Clayton, I think, was playing percussion. Richie Hayward was playing drums. Who was the guy? I'm sorry, guys. I should know the lineup for you. I don't, for whatever reason. But those are the main guys in the band. And you had Bill Payne, I think, was playing keyboards for him too. I'm sorry, I didn't have the lineup for you as normal, but opens up with so the songs on here. You got "Time Loves a Hero," the great title track. "Time Loves a Hero," just a great example of what Little Feat was all about. This kind of really good combination of some southern rock, some country, some funk. Maybe some Latin rhythms here and there. High roller, really funky tracks, some great drumming, great syncopated drumming by Richie Hayward. New Delhi Freight Train, some Old Folks Boogie, another really great kind of laid back tune. A Little Feat classic right here, Red Steamliner, Keeping Up with the Joneses, Rockin' in My Pocket, Missing You, and the great jazz fusion type instrumental called Day of the Dog Races. Some of these tunes would end up on the Waiting for Columbus live album in a little bit of an expanded version. But this is a good snapshot of a great band that, you know, was really hard to categorize. You know, Little Feat were one of those bands where what category do you put them in? Are they like I said before, are they a southern rock band? Are they a sort of a country rock band? Are they, you know, funk? Or, you know, what do you put them in? There's really no one like them. And unfortunately, Lowell George would pass away a couple years after this, and the band would break up, and then they would get together in the late 80s and have all sorts of success in the late 80s into the early part of the 90s, and are still going strong to this day. So this is probably my favorite Little Feat album. I really like this one a lot. This is a great one, and probably a good place to start if you're new to Little Feat. It was also produced by Ted Templeman too, who worked with Montrose and Van Halen. Well, would eventually work with Van Halen, but he had worked with Montrose previous to this. I like the production on this album. Ted Templeman, I thought, did a really good job releasing on Warner Brothers Records as well. So, Little Feat, Time Loves a Hero. Over in the other corner, we have Sting. The Dream of the Blue Turtles is from 1985. His first album to come out since the disbanding of the Police. Released on A&M Records. I think I said. So on here, I actually have the lineup for you on here. So we have Sting or Gordon Sumner, lead vocals and guitar. The wonderful Omar Hakim on drums, Daryl Jones on the bass, Kenny Kirkland on the keyboards, Branford Marsalis playing saxophone and doing some percussion, and Sting also played double bass on the song Bourbon Street. I think he actually wrote the liner notes himself here and has a nice little statement. Since I started this thing, people have constantly referred to it as my solo album, which of course is ridiculous. It's as if I had done everything myself. Well, I didn't. The contribution and commitment of all those involved made it far less an indulgent and personal statement than a statement about how well people can work together without diluting or compromising ideas or ideals. We also had a lot of fun. Then he lists all the personnel and listing all the personnel, and it was recorded at Blue Wave Recording Studios in Barbados and at Le Studio in Marin Heights in Quebec. So let's talk about the music on here. So If You Love Somebody, Set Them Free opens up the album, a really, really good pop rock tune. Really catchy. Great vocals by Sting on that one. Love in the Seventh Wave, a really good reggae type tune. There's a lot of reggae influences on here. Russians, which is a sort of a classical inspired piece with an orchestra on it. And he borrows a musical theme from Sergei Prokofiev, who's a classical composer for the song Russians. And it's probably my least favorite song on the album. I like it. It's a nice break from the first two songs. Children's Crusade, another good song. Another good catchy song. And then a redoing of Shadows in the Rain by the Police, originally on the Zenyatta Mandata album, with some great drumming by Omar Hakim. They do it in like a really fast shuffle type rhythm, and Omar Hakim doing the ghost notes and everything like that. It just makes it feel so good. It sounds like they were having a blast in the studio when they were recording it. It sounds to me like they were recording it live in the studio. So you flip over the vinyl side too. We Work the Black Seam. Another tune very similar to Russians, a little bit of a slower kind of atmospheric song, really good. Consider Me Gone, another good pop rocker tune. The fun little jazzy instrumental, The Dream of the Blue Turtles. Again, sounded like that they were having a lot of fun in the studio when that was recorded. The very jazzy, sort of 1930s inspired Moon Over Bourbon Street. Really good, really laid back, really enjoyable song there. And then another reggae influence tune closes up the album with Fortress Around Your Heart, which was one of the big hits from this album. And I should also mention If You Love Somebody, Set Them Free was also a big hit from this album, too. So, when it comes down to it, this is actually a really hard one because I love both of these albums quite a bit. Both of them have a really, really good accessibility factor to them, and both are my favorite album from each respective artist. But if I were to pair them up against one another, I really like this. This is great. This is awesome. So Sting is gonna win this one for me. Today, maybe if you ask me, a couple months from now, I might tell you I like this album better. But Dream of the Blue Turtles, to me, is a really well done pop album with a lot of different influences, with both reggae and jazz influences. And while this is great, I love this just a little bit more, and maybe this has had a little bit more of an impact on my life than Time Was a Hero. But, and I should also mention that I am a bigger Little Feat fan than I am of Sting. I like Sting's first two solo albums, and then after that, I'm not really that big of a fan, but this is great. this is great. This is also good, but I'm going to give it Distinct tonight. So in the comments below, pick which one you like better. Again, there's no right or wrong answer. This is just an excuse to talk about two really good albums. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more stuff like this in the future. I'm going to see you guys later. Bye-bye.